San Francisco is one of the fastest growing cities in the USA. Thanks to its location just north of Silicon Valley, business is booming, and the city is attracting some of the world's most successful technology companies. But traditionally, San Francisco has always felt more like a small city than a bustling metropolis. During the 60s and 70s, it was a vibrant hub of art, music, and politics. And its reputation as a center of counterculture attracted people from all over the world. Today, however, the city's writers, eco-warriors, and activists live alongside technology entrepreneurs and millionaire business leaders. This has created a new buzz. But some feel San Francisco is losing its sense of community. One reason for this is house prices. San Francisco now has the most expensive average house prices of any American city, and many long-time residents are moving to more affordable locations just outside the city. This is Sausalito, a small waterfront community just across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. A large number of the residents here still work in the city, but they prefer living in Sausalito for its small town feel. However, thanks to this influx of new residents, the house prices here are rising too, with the average Sausalito house costing more than $1 million. But there is one area that still offers affordable housing and a strong neighborly spirit: Sausalito's world-famous houseboat community. Here, right on the dock of Richardson Bay, there are 400 floating homes across 5 purpose-built marinas. Residents Carl and Joan have both spent many years living as part of the tight-knit Sausalito houseboat community.
I've been here 41 years, over 41, since 74. I've never lived in a place this long. I mean, all the houses and apartments I lived in, the longest I ever lived in one place was a year and a half. As far as like living here, it's just the greatest thing I've ever done, really. I'd hate to have to leave here.
I moved here in 1997, so I've lived here for 18 years. It's different, and I just love it. I love living here. I love the view. I like the people, and there's just a great sense of community here that I really enjoy.
During the Second World War, the area here had been home to a huge industrial shipyard, which closed in 1945. Immediately afterwards, a number of people moved here and converted the old boats into homes. Over the years, the community grew, and by the 60s and 70s, it had a reputation as a fun, exciting, and creative place to live. Today, the houseboats are connected to local amenities, and many residents claim they are as comfortable as any small house.
Well, there's so many different types of houseboats. They all look pretty different, and some are extremely modern and really lovely. Some need a lot more work than others do, and then most of us are kind of sort of in between, where there's always something to do to make it better.
The houseboat owners face many unique challenges, and maintenance is a constant battle against nature. In order to combat this, the residents here work together, sharing knowledge, tools, and labor to ensure everybody has a safe and secure home to live in. The Sausalito houseboat community has changed a lot since the days of the hippies. The floating homes here today are much more permanent than they used to be. They cost more too, but are still much cheaper than other properties in the same area. Joan and Carl have experienced these changes firsthand.
If there's any challenge, it might be that somebody up on the hill in Sausalito say, "Oh, you live in a houseboat? Oh, my dear, oh my, isn't that nice?" And that would be about it, A lot of people look down their noses at houseboats because they all originated back in the hippie days. You know, people are out here doing hippie things, and of course the people on the hill, the moneyed people, didn't like that at the time. But they're coming down now, out of the mountains, and they're living all over here. These guys are millionaires. A lot of these people that are buying these boats now are literally millionaires. There's 4, 5, 6 on the stock, and it used to be all poor people, all artists, all, you know, photographers, painters, writers, musicians. But it's mainly, the community's pretty tight. It's much tighter than you get in the city, because people don't know each other. In a big apartment house, you don't know the people living down the hall, really. But around here, everybody knows everybody. And can we look out for each other?
So even if a lot has changed here, the Sausalito community has worked hard to preserve the neighborliness and creativity that has made it such an attractive place to live. This small collection of houseboats may be just 10 minutes from one of America's fastest growing cities, but it still feels like a small village by the bay.